You noticed it before you understood it. The replies got shorter, the plans got vaguer, the warmth that used to be automatic started to feel rehearsed. Nothing was said, nothing was announced. But something had already ended, and you were the last to be told. This is not abandonment. Abandonment is loud. This is something quieter. This is what happens when someone has already left the room emotionally and is slowly walking their body out behind them. Most people imagine being cut off as a single dramatic event, a slammed door, a final message, a fight that gives you closure. The truth is colder than that. Most cutoffs happen in slow motion, over weeks or months, with no announcement at all. By the time you notice, the decision was made long ago. The psychology of the quiet cutoff is not cruelty, it is exhaustion. And once you understand what is happening inside the mind of someone who walks away without explaining, you stop taking it personally and start taking it seriously. The first thing that disappears is effort. Not affection, not contact, effort. They still reply. They still show up when required. But the small, unprompted things stop. The check-in text on a Tuesday, the screenshot of something that reminded them of you, the voice note about nothing. These were never obligations. They were evidence of presence. And they are the first things to go. Internally, something has shifted. They have moved you from the category of someone they are in this with to the category of someone they used to be in this with. The second thing that changes is the way they listen. When someone is still emotionally present, they listen to understand you. When they have already left, they listen to manage you. They nod at the right times. They ask the right questions. The words are correct. But you walk away from the conversation feeling slightly emptier than before, like you have been speaking into a recording of someone, instead of to them. This is not malicious, it is protective. Staying emotionally engaged has become painful for them too, so they conserve. They wait for a natural exit. The third sign is the most subtle. The fights stop. People assume a healthy relationship has no conflict. That is wrong. A healthy relationship has conflict, because both people still care enough to argue. When the fights stop completely, when everything becomes agreeable and frictionless, that is not peace. That is surrender. Someone who has decided to leave will stop bringing up what bothers them, not because it stopped bothering them, but because they have concluded you cannot change, and they will no longer spend energy trying. You will mistake this for growth. It is not growth. They have just stopped expecting you to be different. Then comes the rehearsal. They start to imagine life without you. They do not tell you. They may not fully admit it to themselves. But the small signs appear. They spend more time alone. They make decisions without consulting you. They stop including you in plans for the future, even casually. The we becomes I in small, almost invisible ways. In their mind, they are practicing, testing how it feels to make choices without you. And every time it feels lighter than expected, they get a little closer to leaving for real. By the time the departure happens, they have already lived in that future for months. The final stage is the disappearance itself. There is no speech, no letter, no closure. They simply become less and less reachable, until one day you realize you cannot remember the last time they reached out first. They did not block you, they did not fight with you. They just stopped feeding the connection and waited for it to die from natural causes. If you push, they will be polite, maybe even warm. They will give you nothing to be angry about. This is intentional. They do not want to be the villain in your story. They want you to write the ending yourself, in your own time. The quiet cutoff is not a failure of love. It is what happens when someone has already given you every louder version of the same message and watched you ignore them all. It is the final form of self-respect performed in silence by someone who decided that words no longer change anything. If you were the one who got cut off, this video is not asking you to forgive, it is asking you to understand. The version of events you have been telling yourself, the one where they left for no reason, is almost certainly not what actually happened. The next thing to understand is the moment it actually started. Not the day they left, the day they decided. If this one reached you, stay tuned in.